keep their IT and OT environment safe?
It comes exactly down to implementing the same procedures and protocols for the OT side as they do the IT side. Every time you have to look for the security patches, look for the devices that control your technology, and have everything, as you would for what I would consider an, up-to-date IT environment. It's crucial. We always find that there are two, multi-factor authentications and encryption in all of the IT world. But in the OT side, there is usually not as much multi-factor, if any, authentication. Somebody could have just a password and it's never been changed. It was the password that it's always been. And so there is no secondary checks or multi-factor, and almost nothing's encrypted on the operational technology side. The best you're probably going to get is having the actual switch and router, having, the traffic encapsulated once it gets to that point. But if somebody can get into the other side, they might be able to see everything that you have.
So on that note, Bryan, shouldn't we also be concerned about our vendors and employees who are actually working in these buildings on a daily basis and interacting with these systems? How do we validate that?
So the password management is vital for all things security, and that's one of the most prominent things that an organization can do from the contractor side. If the technician comes in, you can log in for him or give him that password and then change it after he leaves so he can't come back later. It's just significant password management. When it comes to your people on the inside, that's really tricky, but I'm glad you brought it up. I might spend a little bit of time on this one. You could either have I've seen several scenarios. You have somebody, usually it's a younger person, really, really smart, trying to see what they can do and figure things out, and they go too far and they leave something vulnerable. Or they could even be malicious and tell you that somebody has hacked them, and they could actually be what we would call a gray hat hacker, and they could try to work for themselves to have a little side hustle. I've seen it happen. But the one that's the most common is what I would call the innocent, standard, typical office worker. They can't always recognize when a piece of email is, has a phishing attachment, or if they've shared a password that they shouldn't have, or left something on their desk, even like a clean office or clean desk practice. They could have left something out and left something vulnerable. These are the things that need to be assessed and practiced and spoken about regularly. These are the vulnerabilities that it's the smallest things that always turn into the biggest situations.